in the blue corner, wearing black and weighing in at 159 pounds. In 1976, he captured Olympic gold. And as a professional, he's gone on to win 6 world title bouts in 5 different divisions. His record as a professional, 36 victories, 25 by knockout, with only 2 defeats and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, from Washington, D.C., he's back. Here is the former 6-time champion of the world, the Sugar Man, Sugar Ray Leonard. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trimmed with blue letters, weighing 158 3/4 pounds. His professional record, one of the best in boxing today. 63 victories, 31 knockouts to his credit, with only 3 defeats and 1 draw. And he has captured 5 world title belts. Ladies and gentlemen, what time is it? It's macho time. From Bayamon, Puerto Rico, here is the 5-time champion of the world, Hector Macho Camacho.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Hector, punches here are still good, trunks are a little high. Keep a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. God bless you both.
I think Camacho has already been penalized 5 yards for a delay of game, but the crowd is up. Sugar Ray Leonard said it is very important in the first round that he get the respect of Hector Camacho. And he has to score, if not with the first punch, but that first counter and a hit hard. Hector Camacho feels that Sugar Ray Leonard did not consider him a safe opponent for his first fight back. But Sugar Ray picked the wrong opponent, a southpaw in Camacho, who is fast, who has been a very active fighter, and will really try to test the legs of Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray is looking for that first shot. That right hand is cocked. What is he feeling now? First time in 6 years. I mean, he's been sparring hundreds of rounds. There, takes the left hand of Camacho, and that gives Camacho loads of confidence. He landed the first punch.
Yeah, he's the one. That's his best punch, too. He says his straight left. He describes himself in the ring as a boxer, but now more seasoned, more relaxed, a real pro in there. Trying to punch harder, more on balance. He says in the past I was relying on speed. Now it's speed and power.
Now Leonard got in a good right, but unable to get the gloves up, and Camacho came back with a flurry of shots.
This jab is a vital weapon. Both fighters have had a high history in boxing. They've spent their lifetimes in this sport. Both of them realize the importance of that jab. See him constantly throughout this fight, you'll see him try to win that jab over. Camacho jabbing from the southpaw stance. Ray Leonard grabbing from the right-handed stance.
Halfway through round number 1, Sugar Ray Leonard very tentative here in the first round.
Yeah, still trying to shake out some of the cobweb. He looks rusty, as he should. There's a good right hand against the left-handed fighters. A straight right hand works real well, and a real wide left hook works well, and those are 2 of Ray Leonard's best punches. His left hook he has been working so hard on. You know, that's a difficult punch to throw. You have to hook it around. It is, as the name describes, the right hand is not as difficult. You just throw it out. You throw it straight. The left hook, you got to bring the elbow right behind it. There is that push. No knockdown, says Joe Cortez. Some of the strength of Hector Camacho.
But a psychological edge for Camacho. Now Hector, in the 19 wins he has had in a row, 10 of those have been knockout as he has moved up in weight. In the previous 9 years, he had but 7 KOs. So Hector Camacho, who has been very active, he sees that as being the story here tonight. That he believes that Sugar Ray Leonard, at the age of 34, looked like a beaten fighter and over the hill against Terry Norris 6 years ago. And how could he be any better here 6 years later and at 40? So tell the first couple of rounds. He was going to feint, draw some punches, try to stay ahead of Sugar Ray Leonard, and see what kind of speed and punching power he has. And then after 3 rounds, then he wanted to take it to him, get the heart rate going, make him fight. Yet Sugar Ray, remember, hasn't been hit in this kind of a situation in 6 years. And in the corner of Camacho, booed by the crowd, certainly is always stuck with a bad boy image, although he has certainly cleaned up his act of late, and you can even tell by who he has in the corner. No-nonsense guys in Jesse Reed and Pat Burns.
And even his son, Hector Jr., who he says now, I have something to walk the straight and narrow for, and that's for my son. His son, a boxer.
But they feel the longer this goes, those 40-year-old legs that have not fought in this kind of a matchup in front of the big crowd under the lights, with the tension of a real fight for 6 years, will wilt and become very rubbery.
I'm quite impressed with that first round from Camacho. He did what he said he was going to do. He put the pressure on Leonard. He has kept the fast punches in the face of Ray. He's scored, and he's not been hit.
You know, there was a big question about weight. Did Ray Leonard have to come down in weight right before the fight? He was having trouble with his weight in training, although that's denied by the Leonard camp. It was the same story when Camacho faced Duran in June. And then Duran comes in at a svelte, 156. Camacho was at 160, and it was Camacho, the younger fighter, who was actually exhausted from much of the fight. So Hector says he learned from that one, kind of chiseling away. He's just about a pound and a quarter under that 160, but looks to be so much more mobile at this point than he did in June against the 45-year-old Duran.
Well, he says, I want to be known as the legend killer. Knock off the legends. Knocked off Duran, now he wants to knock off Leonard. He had a terrific first round from Camacho, but the fight is still early. It's still simmering.
Camacho feels if he can knock off Leonard, that certainly elevates his name in this comeback bid, and they put him in some of the fights with the Whitakers, the De La Hoyas.
Certainly raises his stature in this sport.
But it also could be a no-win situation for Camacho. If he loses, he's finished. And if he wins, then they can say, well, you know, you beat an old guy who's coming back for the first time in 6 years.
No holding and hitting. Vital rounds for Hector Camacho. You let him know you're going to pick it up where it left off. Next with Terry Norris.
Said it was tough early. He started training in December. At times he felt whether he could continue through it. He pushed forward. And then about a month ago, so it all clicked in. Keep in mind, Sugar Ray Leonard looking for some one-shot bombs. Hector Camacho has never been stopped in a fight and has been down only once in his career.
Whoa, that was a nice left hand from Camacho. Almost put Leonard to the canvas. Leonard a little bit off balance. Now, they said in the corner of Camacho, they said, watch how he bends over. Watch when Leonard throws the jab. He leans over, turning his face away from Camacho. They want Camacho to jab him over the top of that. But you're looking right like that, right there. That's exactly what they want from the corner. Jesse Reed, outstanding training. Patrick Bird in the ring, telling Hector what he wanted. And Camacho following directions.
Let him out clean.
Why many feel that this is a mistake by Sugar Ray Leonard. They don't just look at the Norris fight, which Sugar Ray has his justifications for, but in his last 4 fights, Sugar Ray was knocked down 5 occasions, and he has been rocked on several occasions already here through 3 rounds by Camacho, who is generally regarded as a light hitter.
A light hitter, but speed is power, and in aging fighters, the first thing to go is that speed. When you, especially in this fight for Leonard, when you let him know early he's going to get hit a lot, and he's going to get hit often with fast combinations like that, he starts to think to himself, whoa, I am 40 years old. Maybe I made the wrong decision in coming back. Maybe I chose the wrong opponent. Let him know that early, and that's what Camacho is doing.
Without a tune-up.
Yeah, Camacho is so crafty in the ring.
And Sugar Ray Leonard is providing the platform for Camacho to say, hey, I'm only 34. I still have something. And Camacho knows that. He says, I have let so many opportunities slip by in my career. I could have been of the stature of of Sugar Ray Leonard. Legend in his own time. Sort of a legend in his own mind.
Opportunities like Julio Cesar Chavez, a fight which he lost one-sided almost every round. He said, I only had 2 problems in that fight. I was too slow and too defensive. I wish I'd used more offense. He says, I never gave myself the best training. In this, and he brings that experience into this fight with him. Also the fight with Phoenix Trinidad. He did not throw enough punches. He was out-punched. And in this fight, he is pressing the action. He's the one using the aggression. Not something you see from Hector.
Walk in with no down payment.
You heard me twice. Jump on him.
Be assertive.
Don't let him off the hook.
Jesse
Okay?
Reed.
Keep your hands high.
You're going to knock this guy out.
He's looking for one punch now. He's looking for the right hand.
Knock this
Don't
guy
let him get
out,
into
said
the dance.
Reed.
Every time he gets that little step,
Reed
break his balance.
usually on
break his
target,
rhythm.
too.
Yes,
You got
Reed
to be
is so good as a trainer. Here is a look at what they see. Whenever Ray leans over, he bends over at the waist, and that's when they want Hector to clock him. You're taught to bend. When you bend over, you bend down, you squat. You don't bend over from the waist.
Hector Camacho said he never, ever thought that he would be stepping in the ring in a fight against Sugar Ray Leonard. Camacho turned pro at the age of 16 in 1980. He was 127 pounds then. That was 2 months before Sugar Ray Leonard heard Roberto Duran say, no mas.
Hector Camacho has had for so long so much incredible talent that you wonder what he gave away. He's spending a lot of his career running around and not focused on boxing. Problems outside the ring instead of problems inside the ring.
Well, he laments. He said Lamborghinis, Mercedes, Porsches, jewelry, clothes, women kept him away from boxing. That never gave himself the chance to be the best fighter that he actually could be. But now settled down, peace of mind. He's married. 2 young children. Training on a regular basis. He's fighting so much that he just doesn't have the time to get into trouble anymore.
And he also has to set an example for his son. This is a kid that 96-1 as an amateur.
This is Hector.
Hector Camacho, he has really grown up in this sport of boxing.
And he lost his last bout as an amateur in the Olympic trials. He then turned pro and would not lose again for 10 years. Camacho won his first 39 professional fights before losing to Greg Haugen. And his 2 other losses were the losses to Chavez and Trinidad.
You know, Leonard is standing around and smiling every time that Hector scores, but smiling doesn't give you points. There's another good combination, and look who's trying to tie up. Sugar Ray Leonard. But you know, you can never count out a fighter like Leonard. Remember what he did to Hearns?
You have to wait till the 13th and 14th rounds.
14th round. Well, of course, scheduled for 12, but he always has the power in his back pocket. It's just a matter of pulling it out. The first thing that goes on a fighter is his speed. The last thing that goes on any fighter is his power. They all have the power. They just don't have the speed.
Closing seconds of the 4th.
Rough road.
There's
that is
right there. That's it. Right on the eye.
All right, seconds out. Percy.
These left-handed fighters throw punches at you at different angles. They also throw their head at you at different angles.
Well, the rule pertaining to this IBC championship fight on an accidental headbutt, if it goes 6 rounds or less and it's stopped because of that accidental headbutt, it's a technical draw. If it goes more than 6 rounds, then they go to the scorecards.
All right, break. Bring out, take back, break. Let's go.
John Saraceno watching. Oh, good shot there by Leonard is down. He was hurt. He was trying to grab hold of Hector Camacho. Sugar Ray Leonard having difficulties getting to his feet. And you know Hector Camacho will seize this window of opportunity and go right at him. Sugar Ray Leonard in trouble. So much time remaining to try to survive this 5th round.
Joe Cortez is ready to stop this fight. Camacho landing. Cortez should stop it now. It's time. There it is. And it's all over.
He guaranteed it. Hector Camacho was supposed to be a safe opponent for Sugar Ray. And it's Camacho's rebirth in the world of boxing. Although many will look at it again, as we talked about, no-win situation. Sugar Ray Leonard looked at 40 the way he looked at 34 against Terry Norris. Actually didn't look as good.
Yeah, completely overwhelmed. Hector Camacho used his speed, his ring savvy, his footwork to move forward. He pressed Ray Leonard, put his punches on Ray Leonard, made him hurt, made him feel every bit 40 years old. In the opening round, Hector Camacho used his speed to let Sugar Ray Leonard know we're picking you up where Terry Norris left it off. And here's what happened. It is Camacho blocking Leonard, putting him down to the canvas. Leonard gets up, and this is where Camacho really shines. Look at these punches from Hector. No retaliation from Sugar Ray Leonard. Hector Camacho really pouring it on. Joe Cortez is ready to stop the fight, and there it is. Good call by Cortez. Leonard was defenseless on the ropes.
He did not have his legs. He did not have the speed of his arms. Single punching early, tried to catch Camacho, figuring maybe his strength would take Camacho out early. Sugar Ray Leonard looking back, and when he came out of a 3-year retirement and was able to pull off the incredible victory over the heavy favorite Marvin Hagler, that perhaps he could come out of a 6-year retirement against the suspected light-hitting Hector Camacho, but Leonard was 30 years old in the fight against Hagler.
And in the same time, Camacho had 27 fights.
Right. Hector Camacho backs up the big talk going into this fight, and basic dissection of the former great Sugar Ray Leonard, who we suspect will go back into retirement, although we will hear from Sugar Ray. He may feel that he needed those rounds. He sees where he is right now and will go back to work. Only Sugar Ray can tell us that. But in this affair, it was all Hector Camacho. It appeared from this angle as if he was pitching the shutout, and a defenseless Sugar Ray Leonard against the ropes in the 5th. Joe Cortez, who has refereed 89 World Championship bouts, knew the exact time to step in. Let's get the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Cortez has to step in and call a halt to the bout. The official time, 1 minute, 8 seconds of round number 5. The winner and still IBC middleweight champion of the world, Hector Camacho.
Ray Leonard, who built his stellar career on speed, could not handle the speed of Macho Camacho, and he was put in a very un-Sugar Ray Leonard-like position. And interesting, as it turned out for Camacho, in his 20 straight wins against moderate competition, this turned out to be his easiest. And that's the power punch or punches of the night.